Hey everybody, it's Diana here. Just before I get too into my wrap-up video, I wanted to do a quick little announcement. I am going to be in the process of kind of rebranding myself. So some of the things on my channel may look a little bit different. It'll mostly be the same. The only changes are name, really, and maybe picture up, my cover picture and stuff like that, icon picture, whatever you want to call it. I may be giving that a bit of a change too, but the same basic color scheme and everything that I have going will still be happening. Just want to give you guys a heads up on that. So now on to my August wrap-up. I somehow managed to read 20 books this month. I can't believe I did that. It amazes me. So anyways, I'm not going to go in order of how I read because I stacked my books according to, like, you know, the biggest one on the bottom, smallest one on the top, so they stack nicely and don't fall. Plus I have some that I don't have physical copies of. I had e-book copies of, so I'll have to like pop a picture up here to show you. So I'm not really going to worry about what order I read them in. I'm just going to tell you. I'm also not going to spend a lot of time talking about them because even just 1 minute on each book is a 20-minute long video. So I don't want to make you guys sit through 20 minutes of me talking. So the first one that I read was actually a beta read by Savannah Roberts. It's Storyteller, which is book 2 in a series that she has. The first book is Villager, which came out a few months ago, and I was a part of a blog tour. And I will link to the review I did and the interviews I did with Savannah. If you scroll through my videos, you'll see the video interview I did with her. And then there was also a written interview on my blog as a part of the blog tour that I did. So I got to beta read for her book 2, and it is set to come out October 10th. So make sure you guys watch for that. An amazing writer. She's an indie author, and young. And yet she's already, this is her 5th book out. 1, 2, 3, 4th book. No, 5th book, I was right. 5th book out. Amazing. And everything is done well, written well, great stories, well done. I highly recommend checking Savannah Roberts out. I will link to her Instagram down below so you guys can find her and check her out because she is worth it. And then I had another book that I was given for review, Under Her Cursed Scythe by J.M. Wong. I finished that at the beginning of the month, and I have a full review on this as well, so you can find that. I have a video review and a written review, so I will make sure that I link to those down below. This is a book that I would recommend everybody check out. Definitely was worth it. It was a well done book. It was one of those books that surprised me on how much I ended up liking it. Another book that I read this month was E-Arc that I was given to review, and that is Skylark Sacrifice by J.M. Frey. She is the author to many stories. I only know her through online interactions, but she's very interactive with her fans and fellow writers. Really great author, and the Skylark Sacrifice is the ending for the duology, Skylark Saga duology. The whole series is great. I was given the E-Arc of Skylark's song last year, almost a year ago, and I absolutely fell in love with the series, and she was kind enough to remember me, and she was able to get me a copy of the E-Arc to review the last book of the series, and it's a series I highly recommend. Everybody check out. It is well written, and this book, it took my heart. It stomped on it, it ripped it up, it broke it, it shattered it, and then it put it back together, and just, you need to check it out. Another book that I read for review was the Legends of Eve Book of Fire. This is actually like my 3rd time almost reading it, 2.5 times reading it. I happen to be a beta reader for the author, and the author was writing it chapter by chapter and having us beta read a chapter or two a night for a while, and then once it was all done, he sent us the e-arc version, and I really wanted to just read it without the interruptions because it was amazing reading it chapter by chapter, and I knew it would be even more so once I got to read it all together without having to forcefully take breaks because there was nothing to read yet. And that is another series that I'm going to highly recommend. It is book 2 of The Legends of Eve, A Warrior's Past. And the author does amazing things with his writing, and it is something you need to check out. And as a little, it's not a spoiler, but you get to take a test on their website and find out what element you're in, and you get to pick a name. And I found out as I was reading the book that I am in the book as Professor Daitukia. So that was pretty exciting to see myself as a character in the book. So check it out because it's amazing. The author is great, and a little bit of me is in there. But kind of exciting. This is another book that I was sent for review, Tripping the Field by Ian Jaded. This was another book that kind of caught me off guard. I was intrigued by the synopsis, which you can check out on Goodreads because I'm not going to do all that right now. I knew that it would be a good book. I wasn't that I doubted that it would be a good book. I just didn't know if it was really going to be something I really enjoyed. I knew that the material was either going to be great or not so great. This is one of those types of books that was going to be hit or miss. But Ian Jaded did a great job, and it is something that I would highly recommend. It is a deeper book, so it did take me a little longer because there was just so much in there. I didn't want to miss anything, so I had to slow down and read it. But the story behind the science and stuff that is in here is a beautiful story that is definitely worth picking up and checking out. Another book that I got to this month is An Enchanting Madness by Eric Taylor. This is the 4th book of the McAllister series. If you guys have not checked out her books, you need to. She is definitely an author who I don't understand why she does not have some big, wonderful, big, huge publisher, because she is wonderful, she is kind, and her stories are absolutely amazing. Her writing is top-notch, definitely something worth reading. You're going to have women rising to the top, some steamy love in there, and just some amazing characters that you will fall madly in love with. Another one that I got to this month was The Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman. Ever since I picked up the Illuminae files, I have fallen in love with Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff and their writings, and so this one is just by Amy Kaufman. It's one of her series by herself. This is book 1 of a series, and the writing that she tells, the stories that she tells, wow, just check it out. It is worth seeing. Great read. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I'm sure everybody knows what that one's about. It's been around for a while, and I finally got to check it out. I have mixed feelings about that one. Not good, not bad. I didn't dislike the book. Can't say I loved it. I'm glad that I took the time to read it. It was a good book, just not something I loved. But that's okay. We don't have to love everything. And then I'm going to do these ones together since they're part of a series. Queen of Ruin came out this month, so I needed to kind of reread Grace and Fury to get ready for it. Just a little recap on it was all that I needed. And then Queen of Ruin was it's the ending. It's a duology, so it was so nice to have the story wrapped up. The author, Tracy Banghart, it does a great job, great writer. This is an amazing series. Book 1 I love more than book 2, but I still absolutely loved book 2. So check it out. Fireflies by Dreamsteam was another one that I picked up. I had a friend send it my way, and while it was free for a while, and she asked me if I would read it and review it for her friend that wrote it. And so I went ahead and picked that one up while I had the chance to get it free, and I started reading it this month. And it was it's a short story. It's only like 150 pages or so. It was real short. It took like a couple of hours to read it. Really easy read. But it was a cute little story, something that I would definitely recommend you check out. If you're reading a lot of like intense book, it might be a nice little quick read just to get you onto your next book, kind of help with that transition sometimes. One of the other books I read this month was The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. It was the book of the month for my book club on Facebook, and I'll make sure that there's a link down below to that as well. This is my second time reading this book. I loved it. It is such a great book, and I cannot wait for The Pretenders to come out. I think The Pretenders will be out in January, February, somewhere around there. No, December, maybe it's December. Somewhere around there. This is definitely a book worth checking out. It has definitely got a unique story and surprises along the way. It was definitely a great book to check out. Tithe was one of the other books I was given for review this month by Channy Lynn Feener. I have a full review of that on my blog, so I'll make sure I try to remember to link below. I will at least link to my blog, and then you can go through my post and find all these books that I have been talking about. So this is definitely a 5-star book. It was great. There's fairies and there's a little bit of everything for everybody, and this is part of a series, so it is book 1 of a series. So of course I am left wanting more and wish book 2 was already out, but I'm gonna have to wait a while since book 1 is not even out. And I will leave like a little text somewhere around here telling you what day this book comes out, because I cannot remember right now. I forgot to look it up before I started my video. Sorry about that. Bat Wings, Rings, and Apron Strings by Erin Johnson, which was book 10 of the Spells and Caramel series. This was the last book of the series. These are all like really quick short reads, so it's real easy to get through all the books. This wrapped up the series. She does a great job. Erin Johnson is an incredible writer who writes adorable, funny, compelling, intriguing stories. Definitely worth checking out. And I also listened to Mermaid Fins, Winds, and Rolling Pins, which is book 3 of the series. I backtracked. I re-listened to it. I already read it before, and now I got to listen to it. She gave me the audio version to listen to and review. Her sister-in-law does the reading on there, and she does a great job with the voices. So it's definitely something if you don't have time to read them. I believe that books 1 through 6 are now on audio, and I will confirm that because I have to look that up. But it is a great series, and the reader does a great job. And then I read Dark Elements, books 1 through 3 of the entire series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. There's White Hot Kiss, Stone Cold Touch, and Every Last Breath. I love this series. There's demons and just humans and romance and mixed between, there's all these different things in there, and there's of course, you know, typical teen angst story, but it was cute, it was well written. Jennifer L. Armentrout always delivers amazing stories, so those are definitely worth checking out. And the last two I'm going to go ahead and do together as well because they are part of the series as well, and that is Renegades by Marissa Meyer and Arch Enemies, which is book 2 of the series, and book 3 is coming out in November. And on top of that, she is going to be in the area in November having an event that my besties and I are working on going to. So that's why I've been working hard to get through all my Marissa Meyer books before then. You'll see on my TBR video that's like pretty much all Marissa Meyer books. So I can get ready for her event and get books over there for her to sign. So that is my wrap-up video, and I have linked down below to all of my blog posts and the people that I mentioned. I will make sure I try to link to their pages as well. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please give it a big thumbs up. If you would like to see more of my videos, make sure you subscribe and then hit that bell icon. That way you never miss any of my videos, because, you know, social media things can be silly. Talk to you guys later. Bye.